Hello everybody, I'm going to cover the Starmer as well, as people have obviously covered it before, like the infamous PJW, which I do like. I do like PJW a lot. It's one of my favourites, to be honest. But I do prefer a bit more long form. But I can't talk, can I? Because my videos are shit. So I'll just be quiet and let's just watch this. Because it's an interesting interaction, isn't it? I mean, Starmer's whole demeanour is very effeminate, very poised, very, pursed already. We can see he's got his gait up, you know what I mean? He's got a very strong gait up, almost like a fortified iron drawbridge almost. He's got his legs crossed, he's not very open. Tense.
And I'll be going there, and we expect to see each other in the near future. We'll be
paying attention to Trump at the side of his ear, holding his posture well.
Announcing it, but we're going to be discussing many things today. We'll be discussing.
He's almost like a lizard, like a snake, he reminds me of a Komodo dragon, Keir Starmer. His facial expressions are very he moves his eyes around a bit, and he's always very aware of what's coming out of his mouth from being in probably a court situation so much. Unlike myself,
Discussing Russia-Ukraine, we'll be discussing trade and lots of other items, and I think we can say that we're going to be getting along on every one of them. We've had
He's already given up his strong poise already. I'm going to a more relaxed poise.
tremendous relationship, and frankly, the
Already showing a weak will already.
Prime Minister and I have met twice before, and
But Trump isn't looking him in the eye, which is a bit dismissive, really. But I think it's very much warranted in the case of Keir Starmer, who is literally going to come out in a few minutes and declare the UK the bastion of free speech.
we get along very famously, as you would say, and
As you would say. Stabbed him right in his heart.
I look forward to it very much. We look forward to the day and the meeting. We'll be having a luncheon after this, and then another work session, and I believe we're going to have a...
Keir Starmer looks petrified, man. Absolutely petrified of the cameras. He's very aware of how he's coming across, and he's very aware of his own hypocrisies. But as we all know, he's got somebody controlling his little strings inside. So, on a humanitarian level, I do sympathise with Keir Starmer and the people that he's dealing with, or that he's done a bargain with, and done a deal with, because now they own his suit.
press conference at the end, so
Literally.
I look forward to it. And Mr. Prime Minister, thank you very much.
Underhanded shake from Trump, which is a very respectful and kind and open, warm shake, and not dominant at all. And Keir Starmer, recognising that, reaches right in with a strong form.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
He didn't say thank you to his face, he turned around and said thank you to everybody else, which was quite funny from Keir Starmer. He is quite funny and bitchy in his own way.
President, can I say thank you
And it landed on Trump as well.
for your hospitality, for your...
Here we go, a bit more engagement now. He feels a bit bad about that, and now they're going to engage as genuine people.
leadership.
And that's a sportsmanship from England. I'll shut up.
We have met a number of times, we've talked a number of times, and we have had a very constructive conversation, I'm sure.
The body language does match the hands, seems quite genuine. Keir's not too bad all the time.
We will today, and of course our countries have been bound together for a very long time now. The closest alliance, I think, of any two countries when it comes to prosperity and security, and I know that together...
Good sportsmanship here, good professionalism from Keir. I know he is a fucking spineless, cretin, and we all hate him to death, but in terms of representing a country as a statesman, in comparison and in contrast to Zelensky and various other leaders we've had, at least he does know how to speak correctly, unlike me. But he does know how to dress correctly, unlike me, and present himself well for the nation, unlike me at the moment. But yeah, we'll give him that.
We will strengthen that even further, and on issues like Ukraine, thank you for changing the conversation to bring about the possibility that...
Well, do you know what? Giving Keir his props there.
Now we can have a peace deal, and we want to work with you to make sure that peace deal is enduring, that it lasts, that it's a deal that goes down as a historic deal, that nobody breaches, and we'll work with you to make sure that that absolutely happens. And it is my pleasure to bring from His Majesty the King a letter. He sends his best wishes and his regards, of course, but he also asked me to bear this letter and bring it to you. So can I present a letter from the...
God rest the Queen, and God bless the King.
Thank you very much. Am I supposed to read it right now?
Yeah, please do.
I will do.
I've got to tell him what your reaction is, so I need to know. I need to know.
He is a great gentleman. A great, great gentleman.
Charles ain't bad at all, he's alright. A bit of a globalist, but... People are what they are.
That's well. Well, that is really nice. I must make sure his signature's on that. Otherwise, it's not quite as meaningful. It is. That's quite a signature, isn't it? Beautiful. He's a beautiful man, a wonderful man, and we appreciate it. I've known him, gotten to know him very well, actually. First term and now second term. Perhaps you'd like to say what that very important paragraph...
Yes, so this is a letter from His Majesty the King. It's an invitation for a second state visit. This is really special. This has never happened before. This is unprecedented. And I think that just symbolises the
almost
strength
like
of the
warning,
relationship
doesn't
between
it?
us. So this is
be careful.
a very special letter.
Almost like a, I don't know whether it's going to be a warning or it's going to try and convince Trump to divert his course of action. Trump is wondering now, this is a very strange play by Keir, come out of nowhere with the big guns.
I think the last state visit was a tremendous success.
It was.
His Majesty the King wants to make this...
He's actually caught Trump off guard, look, and Keir knows it. Keir's crafty, man.
Even better than that. So this is truly historic. An unprecedented second state visit, and he wants to talk that through with you.
And that says at Windsor. That's really something.
Yes. What I haven't got yet is your answer.
Trying to make him answer in public again, like we said, an emotional sort of commitment to something, but he doesn't know what it is. So it's strange, isn't it? It hasn't specified what this meeting's about or what it's for. A royal visit. For what? To talk politics? To give him his seal of approval? What is this visit for? And he wants Trump to accept it and commit to being at a place at a certain time that they dictate. That sounds like it's probably something that I would probably give it a miss if I was Trump.
I do need to...
The answer is yes. On behalf of our wonderful First Lady, Melania, and myself, the answer is yes, and we look forward to being there and honoring the King and honoring really your country. Your country is a fantastic country, and
it is a fantastic country. And being out in Nottingham yesterday, and no matter what I've personally been moaning about and crying about non-stop to myself, because no one else will listen, and you lot, I haven't else to talk to anyway, but it is a great country, and when it works right, regardless of who's in it or where they came from. If we all adhere to the same rules, and we all have got a respect for each other's views, and we all do not intimidate or use violence or crime or anything, we don't support any of these things altogether, then we can have a great country still. And regardless of people talking about demographics and stuff like that, if there isn't manipulation of the votes and stuff like that, then it would be representational. There wouldn't be such mobilization of radicalism and other sort of global climate and globalists being put in power just through simply not having much competition, because the people who do care are too busy living life, and it's not really a career that anybody who does care takes anymore, because you have to be a bit of a shyster and be part of these groups and these sort of political parties and sort of shake hands and meet people from private schools and stuff. We've got little buddies here and buddies there, Whereas if you don't play ball with them, they could probably end you pretty quickly, you know. And it's understandable how people get locked into these strange networks of backdoor agreements.
It'll be our honour to be there. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. I shall happily take that back to His Majesty.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
A really good, genuine thank from Trump. I hope he's not been caught off guard here. But another underhand shake and respect for Keir Starmer and what he represents, which is Britain, which is still, you know, a significant player in the world. I think more financially and sort of, you know, behind the curtain as such. As Dominic Cummings has been out and about talking about how everything's a stage in terms of UK politics, and it all gets decided by the people next to the people in power, who are obviously being put there by certain other people. And these people never face any scrutiny or any sort of board of review or anything like that. It's generally the people in head of these departments in government that decide everything, even before the decision's even displayed towards the public. It's already been decided, all the options. Like, I think he said that the Prime Minister just gets 2 options basically, and the conclusion's already given in the option, so it's all just completely controlled.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to keep that one.
You're going to keep that one.
President Trump, Andrew and Tristan Tate landed in Florida today on a private jet after being released from custody in Romania. They are accused rapists, human traffickers, not thought of as good people in many circles. Did your administration pressure the Romanian government to release them, and if so, why?
I know nothing about that.
It's not
I don't know.
business.
You're saying he's on a plane right now?
He's back. They already did.
Yeah, I just know nothing about it. We'll check it out. We'll let you know.
I do. Look, obviously this involves, there's an English element here, so obviously it's important that justice is done, and human trafficking is obviously, to my mind, a security risk, and so we'll catch up with the story in due course.
You're aware? Are you aware? I didn't know anything about it. Yeah.
Mr. President, veterans make up 30% of the federal workforce. Are you tracking how many veterans have been fired so far?
Yes, we are.
Doge to
We are, and we take good care of our veterans, so we're watching that very carefully, and we hope it's going to be as small a number as possible. But we are having great success in slimming down our government. It's been really very successful, and some took payouts and buyouts, and others took other things, and some people we're finding out don't even exist. We're finding that we have a lot of people that don't exist, that people thought that did. We will be making a statement on that, but we're taking care of our veterans.
I'm absolutely shocked, you know. You see me there pulling faces with myself because I'm just absolutely shocked, you know, at the success rate of this Doge platform. It's just unbelievable. Department of Government Expenditure, is it? Or oversight or whatever, but we need something like that in the UK, because like you say, there's loads of money spent like on these light shows in Nottingham and things like that, and it's just the basics aren't done correctly. Why are they doing these extra non-essential things, having such an enormous amount of money spent on these things for no perceivable reason other than the people that are getting paid get paid. Nobody asked for it, nobody's been campaigning for it, but there's people out there campaigning for community centres to be kept open, for, you know, for single mothers to get babysitters and stuff, or whatever it is, you know, vouchers and stuff like that, or something, or you know, some sort of scheme for people, but instead it's getting spent on, you know, driving lessons for people who have just arrived, or whatever it is, via the council. They come out of the local budgets, these sort of things. All of these sort of perks that are being given to people that are just arriving, or given to contractors who are putting on, you know, shows that nobody turns up to, like this light show, whatever it is, and how many millions were spent on that. Did it really benefit anyone's life as much as a practical street sweeper, you know, or a policeman in the town square 24 hours a day, just someone posted there all the time, you know, to make sure nobody's even thinking about doing something wrong in the city centre, because there's already police posted there to make sure that there is law and order. Not post-stabbing, they come around all of a sudden and start taking statements. It's too late by then because somebody's already been stabbed, you know. But anyway.
Love our veterans, we're going to take good care of them.
Let's just get past this rabble.
Very well. We have
you said was set up to screw
No, I don't
the
worry about that.
United
I thought, frankly, what they did was the right thing at the time, and I think they're very strong.
It's a very long meeting. I don't want to take a half an hour video, but just me rambling.
Inflation should have never happened. Afghanistan should have never happened. The way they got out, not getting out, but the way they got out.
See, a lot of the things that people say about Trump is, personal or something like that. But as a career politician, based upon results and based upon, logically the numbers and logically what he says, I don't know how anyone could argue with him. He's one of the best presidents any country could ever have for simply being an excellent negotiator, a man of integrity, man who doesn't hold punches, nor does he, try and escape, hits on his chin or anything. He'll admit his flaws as well, to a certain extent.
They can take care of themselves very well. You know what? No, it sounds like it's evasive, but it's not evasive. The British have been incredible soldiers, incredible military, and they can take care of themselves. But if they need help, I'll always be with the British, okay? I'll always be with them. But yeah, please, go ahead.
Yeah,
sir.
George Parker from Financial Times. Can you see any situation where US forces could be deployed as a backstop in a peacekeeping operation?
Germany.
Into those details yet?
About that, we would be
Very, very long time. Well, no, I mean,
There we go. I found it. Yeah, I found it here, look.
There have been infringement. Of course.
Could you respond? What is your message?
Sorry, everybody. We're going from here.
I have an idea. We have the man right here. Come on. Let's go, JD. We're putting you on stage.
Great.
Yeah, come on.
Particularly, President Vance condemned free speech violations in the UK. Particularly, could you respond? What is your message?
I have an idea. We have the man right here. Come on. Let's go, JD. We're putting you on stage.
Great. Yeah. Look, I said what I said, which is that
Put me on stage and I'll say it the way it's meant to be said.
we do have, of course, a special relationship with our friends in the UK and also with some of our European allies. But we also know that there have been infringements on free speech that actually affect not just the British. Of course, what the British do in their own country is up to them, but also affect American technology companies and by extension American citizens. So that is something that we'll talk about today at lunch.
We've had free speech for a very, very long time in the United Kingdom, and it will last for a very, very long time. Well, no, I mean, certainly we wouldn't want to reach across US citizens, and we don't, and that's absolutely right. But in relation to free speech in the UK, I'm very proud of our history there.
We discussed all this, though.
Is this